Your loneliness is not simply the absence of others, it is the silence of a soul that has forgotten how to connect with itself. When you feel alone, when you feel cut off from love, you must ask not, "Why has no one come to me?" but instead, "Why have I turned away from myself?" Loneliness is a prison we build when we cannot embrace the truths within us. It is not imposed from outside. It emerges when we flee from the inner voice that asks us to reconcile with our shadow, with our wounds, and with the forgotten parts of our being. Many people believe that loneliness is solved by proximity, by being around others, by finding someone who notices us, by filling the silence with words and laughter. But loneliness persists even in crowded rooms, even in relationships, even in marriages where two people share the same bed but not the same soul. This reveals a deeper truth. Your loneliness is not cured by another person. Your loneliness is cured by your willingness to meet yourself fully. Only then can love flow into your life without resistance. The paradox is clear. You long for love, yet you shut yourself away from it because you fear the mirror it holds up to you. Love demands exposure of the true self, and loneliness is often the defense against such exposure. To let another truly see you, you must first see yourself, and that is perhaps the most terrifying task of all. Loneliness keeps you away from love because it convinces you that you are safer in your silence than in vulnerability. It convinces you that your wounds make you unworthy, that your shadow is too dark to be touched. And so you retreat, waiting for someone to rescue you, without realizing that the very walls you build for protection are the same ones that shut love out. The first key is to face the shadow within you. You cannot escape the parts of yourself that frighten you, that embarrass you, that cause you pain. These hidden aspects of your being, your jealousy, your anger, your sadness, your longing, are not barriers to love but the pathways to it. For when you deny them, you split yourself in two. You present only the polished mask to others, while inside you starve in silence. And yet, real love demands wholeness. No one can love the mask forever. Love that is true seeks to embrace both your light and your darkness. If you deny your shadow, then when love comes near, you will unconsciously sabotage it, for you will not believe that anyone can accept what you yourself have rejected. The path forward is not to pretend to be perfect, but to invite your shadow into the light, to admit your wounds, and to allow them to be part of your story. The second key is to recognize that individuation, the process of becoming your true self, is inseparable from love. Jung wrote that individuation is the integration of the conscious and unconscious, the union of opposites within the psyche. And yet this process is not for you alone. It is also the preparation for relationship. For when you become whole within yourself, you do not seek another to complete you, but to accompany you. Loneliness becomes a teacher, showing you where you are fragmented, where you cling to illusions, where you wait for others to carry burdens that are yours alone to carry. When you listen to what loneliness is teaching you, you begin to build a foundation for love that is authentic. A love that grows not out of desperation, but out of abundance. A love that is not an escape from yourself, but an extension of who you truly are. The third key is vulnerability. Love cannot enter the fortress you have built around your heart. Loneliness convinces you that walls are safer than openness, that rejection is more unbearable than isolation. But in truth, isolation is the slow poison of the soul, while rejection is only a momentary sting. Vulnerability is the door through which love enters. You must risk being seen, you must risk being misunderstood, you must risk being hurt. But in that risk lies the possibility of connection, the possibility of intimacy, the possibility of being embraced as you are. Loneliness holds you back because it convinces you that to remain unseen is safer than to be wounded. But a wound that comes from authentic connection can heal, while a life lived in isolation festers endlessly. To love is to risk, and to risk is to live. The fourth key is to transform your relationship with solitude. There is a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is an emptiness, a despair that you are unseen and unloved. Solitude, on the other hand, is a fullness, a sacred space in which you encounter yourself and the divine. If you cannot bear to be alone with yourself, you will seek others not out of love, but out of need. You will make them a shield against your own emptiness, and this will suffocate the relationship. But if you learn to embrace solitude, if you learn to sit in silence and find joy in your own presence, then when love comes, it will be free of desperation. You will not demand that the other rescue you, complete you, or erase your pain. You will meet them as an equal soul, one who has already found richness within. Solitude transforms loneliness into a place of preparation. It is the soil in which the seeds of love are planted. Without solitude, love cannot grow deep roots, for it will always be burdened by your fear of emptiness. The fifth key is to surrender control. Loneliness thrives on control. It convinces you that if you cannot guarantee the outcome, it is better not to try at all. You withdraw because you fear abandonment, rejection, betrayal, and yet love is never certain. It cannot be forced, calculated, or secured. It is a leap into the unknown, a surrender of certainty. Loneliness clings to the illusion that safety lies in avoidance. Love demands the courage to step into uncertainty. To surrender control is to acknowledge that love may wound you, but also that it may transform you. That love may end, but also that it may awaken you to the deepest truths of existence. Only by surrendering can you open yourself to the possibility of connection, to the miracle of being truly seen. Your loneliness keeps you away from love because it convinces you that you are unworthy, that you are incomplete, that you must hide your shadow, that you must protect yourself from rejection. But this is the great illusion. Loneliness is not the truth. It is a symptom of forgetting who you are. At your core, you are not broken. At your core, you are not unlovable. You are a soul longing for connection, and that connection begins not with another, but with yourself. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly sat with your own heart? When was the last time you listened to your own pain without judgment? When was the last time you honored your own longing instead of suppressing it? Loneliness keeps you away from love because it keeps you away from yourself. But the moment you turn inward, the moment you accept your wounds, the moment you embrace your solitude, you become open. And in that openness, love can finally find you. Do not fear the silence you feel now. It is not your enemy. It is the initiation into a deeper love than you have ever known. The silence teaches you to listen. The emptiness teaches you to receive. The loneliness teaches you that you cannot depend on illusions. You must find something real. When you transform loneliness into solitude, when you integrate your shadow, when you embrace vulnerability, when you surrender control, you step into the space where love can flow naturally. Remember, love is not something you chase. It is something you allow. And you cannot allow it while clinging to fear, while hiding behind walls, while denying your own truth. Your task is not to search for love, but to remove the barriers within yourself that keep it away. And those barriers are built from loneliness, shame, fear, and denial. Tear them down, and love will not need to be hunted. It will come to you as naturally as breath, as light, as life itself. So, I say this to you, your loneliness is not a curse, it is a teacher. It shows you where you are hiding from yourself, where you have closed your heart, where you have lost touch with the divine spark within. Listen to it, but do not obey it. Let it guide you back to yourself and from there to others. For once you love yourself fully, once you embrace your shadow and your light, once you surrender your need for control, you will no longer seek love out of fear. You will no longer beg for it. You will radiate it. And those who are meant to walk with you will be drawn, not to your mask, but to your authentic soul. This is the way beyond loneliness. This is the way into love,